Welcome everybody to the Book of X, and today we are going to discuss the most popular Xbox Game Pass games that have debuted in 2025 so far. It has been an absolutely stellar year for Xbox Game Pass releases, unquestionably the greatest year in the service, and the month of April and May was the greatest months of the entire service period. But what are the most popular games we've seen this year? Well, what I have for you here is a countdown of the top 10 brought to you by Two Achievements based on user tracking of the 10 most popular debuts of the year. So let's get right into it. In 10th place, we have introduced back in January 2025 Balatro. This is the roguelite card-based game. Took the world by storm when it released last year, but of course its debut into Game Pass has made it immediately one of the the more popular games in the service. In 9th place, then, we have our first Xbox first-party exclusive added in April 2025 in the form of South of Midnight. South of Midnight is a fairly linear short game, clocking at maybe around 10 hours to complete, where you follow the journey of a character going through the Deep South in its folklore setting as she hunts down her mother, who goes missing. Along the way, she must contest with various fabled creatures and stories, and is one of the best experiences of Game Pass this year, so do check it out if you haven't already. In 8th place, then, we have another April 2025 edition in the form of Crime Scene Cleaner. Simulator games are very popular on Game Pass, and we've seen many new ones drop this year in the form of Spray Paint Simulator, Firefighter Simulator, Police Simulator, and so on. And Crime Scene Cleaner certainly has made an impact. Clearly, many people are interested in domestic cleansing of crime scenes, so be sure to check this one out if it's not one you've done so already. Coming in 7th place, then, is a January 2025 edition in the form of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Now, of course, this came as a total surprise to us during the showcase back in January in the Developer Direct, and was a shadow drop, and clearly it's been a popular title. I myself have completed it, having never played it before. Fantastic game, and I'm certainly looking forward to Ninja Gaiden 4 that is due to launch later this year, also going into Xbox Game Pass. Next up in number 6 is another January 2025 edition in the form of Sniper Elite Resistance. Now, this is a tried and true formula of the Sniper Elite games. You know what you get in here is essentially a series of 6 or 7 large maps that you work through on a mission basis, whereby the objective is to take out a set of targets or a set of objectives as a sniper. Excellent games, if a little formulaic at this point, but nonetheless very popular title in the service. Next up, then, in number 5, we have a March 2025 edition in the form of Atomfall. So from the same developers of Sniper Elite Resistance, this is a brand new IP taking position in England during 1940s to 1950s, post-nuclear testing, and a world gone wrong. A very Fallout style game, but of course from the makers of Sniper Elite in their own vision. This is not a game I've got around to playing yet, but it's certainly on the list to check out, so do let me know your thoughts in the comment if you enjoyed this one. I know it's had some polarizing opinions on this. Some love it, whilst others not so much, but clearly a very popular title in the service. Next up, then, we have an April 2025 edition in arguably the game of the year so far, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I recently completed this game, and I think I can confidently say this is one of the greatest games I have ever played. It's not a genre I've particularly gravitated towards, but the turn-based mechanics of this game, the story, the visuals, the music, just the art style is spectacular. So if this is not a game you've touched on yet, even if you're not an RPG fan, a turn-based RPG fan at that, I would highly recommend you give this one a chance. I gave it, and no regrets. In third place then we have another Xbox first party release from February 2025 in the form of Avowed. So Avowed is a fantasy game, think in the vein of the likes of an Elder Scrolls, but from Obsidian, in the same style as a Habzone that they did with Outer Worlds, but in a fantasy setting where it's choice based, completing a story where you're a godlike character working through this world to try and understand what is plaguing this particular region of the Pillars of Eternity universe and trying to essentially cleanse it. So a very good fantasy game, very enjoyable. I think I put around 50-60 hours into this one and had a great time, but it's clearly a very popular game, slotting itself into the top 3. Then in second place is another Xbox first party title launched in May 2025 in the form of Doom: The Dark Ages. So this game has only been out for just a matter of a few weeks and has gone straight into the top 2. Clearly a massive success for id Software and a massive success for Xbox. I've recently completed this game and it is fantastic entry. Personally, my favorite Doom in the franchise. I prefer the medieval style setting and sort of a bit more of a metal fantasy take on it. Great gunplay, great level design, and just a fantastic game all around. Thoroughly enjoyed getting the full 1000G on this one, so congratulations there. And then in the number 1 spot, it should be pretty obvious by now that I haven't mentioned it, another Xbox first party title launched in May 2025 in the form of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. Yes, the number 1 most popular drop in Xbox this year is a remastered title of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. But is that really a surprise when it is a remaster of one of the greatest RPGs of all time and one of the godfathers of the modern RPG genre? I can't say I'm surprised. I'm currently playing through this myself, reliving the memories I experienced back as a teenager, and muscle memories there. It's exactly as you remember it. Fantastic title. So that's the top 10 titles of the year so far. It's bound to change as the year goes on, as we have plenty of massive games sort of come down the line. There is, of course, the inevitable Call of Duty title of the year. We've got the likes of Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 3 and 4 coming up. Will Warhammer Space Marine make a dent on this list? Let's see. Ninja Gaiden 4, also a title coming out, and of course Outer Worlds 2, Wu-Chang Fallen Feather, and so much more. So let's see how this list goes along as the year goes along. But if you haven't checked any of the top 10 titles yet, do check them out. And with that, everybody, that's my video for this evening. So do enjoy the rest of your evening. If you haven't already, please hit the like button and do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content. And with that, I'm out.